Hello, everybody. Mike from Southern California again, and you're on the mic. It's Tuesday again, folks, and that means it's time for the anime convention preview for the upcoming weekend here. We'll be covering from the dates of Friday, December 27th to the end of the month, basically, the 30 Tuesday, December 31st. Um, I got three cons we're going to look at today. And as always, I'll have my, this date in history for niche content as well at the end of the video. So let's get started here. This Friday, December 27th, 2019, for those of you in North York, Ontario, Canada, if you head over to the Monte Casino Hotel and Event Center, they'll have TCBS Boxing Day Bash 2019 going on. For those of you who don't know, Boxing Day is a holiday that is celebrated um, throughout countries that were formerly part of the British Commonwealth Empire. You know, many of them. Not ever. Obviously, we don't celebrate here in the states, but they do in Canada as well as the UK and a number of other countries that were at one point part of the British Commonwealth. So, the TCBS Boxing Day Bash is a comic convention. This is the fifth annual TCBS Boxing Day Bash. 100 um, vendor tabled offering just books. Over 500,000 new, vintage, or graded comic books, plus thousands of key comics priced as low as $1 a book. Um, Free parking and free admission, um, plus a chance to win an ASM 129 CGC graded comic book. Okay, so for you comic fans out there, this sounds like kind of sounds like a comic, basically a comic market, basically a chance that if you want to go check out, for those of you in the North York area, if you want to head over to that area to that bash, um, the outdoor rate, from what I see, yeah, it's free. So just go over there and check it out, and they'll have a bunch of tables there if you want to buy. You want to check out some comic books. Um, some newer, some older ones, and some graded. I don't know what graded comic books means, but comics not as much my field as like anime or cartoons, but hey, for those of you who are comic book fans out there, particularly those in the North York and surrounding areas in Ontario, Canada. Sounds like something you might want to go check out if you want to um, go see about that. It's the fifth annual TCBS Boxing Day Bash. I guess that would be a good way to spend a holiday, right? So moving on then. Okay, for those of you in Austin, Texas, um, you head over to the Renaissance Austin Hotel this weekend, Friday the 27th to Sunday the 29th. IkiCon 2019 will be going on. It's an anime convention, as many of you probably already know. Um, IkiCon is a Japanese American and pop culture convention held annually in Austin, Texas. IkiCon traditionally runs for 3 days during the beginning and or end of the calendar year. We pride ourselves in bringing together the most amazing anime and pop cultural fans and guests to enjoy our events, panels, and workshops. Since 2006, so I guess this would be their 13th year, we've been working tirelessly to offer the best experience for our attendees, guests, and staff. We are proud to be a fan run, fan made, and will always put the community first to ensure we have the most successful convention possible. Okay, so at this point, advanced rates up to the 29th through the end of the convention are now up to $69.74. At door rates are 65. At this point, it'd probably be cheaper to get the at door rates because 69.74 because the advance rate of 59.18 has already passed. That was as of November 18th. But if you do like I guess online um, advance sale 69.74 up through the last day of the con, but at the at door rate $65 for all 3 days, $45 for just Friday, $50 for just Saturday, and $40 for just Sunday. And in attendance guest wise there will include a bit of a Full Metal Alchemist reunion as Jim Ferranda, the voice of Lieutenant Denny Brosh from Full Metal Alchemist and FMA Brotherhood, will be there. Wendy Powell, of course, the voice of Envy from Full Metal Alchemist and from the Full Metal Alchemist series. She'll be there, and Barry Yandel, the voice of Yoki, will be there from Full Metal Alchemist. So, Jim Ferranda, Wendy Powell, and Barry Yandel. If you guys want to go say hi to them, go check that con out. For those of you in the Austin, Texas area and surrounding areas, they'll be there at IkiCon 2019 this weekend. So, you guys might want to go and check that out. If you guys haven't already decided to go, you might want to think about going. With that being said, let's move on. Last but not least, okay. For those of you in Kitchener, Ontario, Canada, if you head over, for those of you in Kitchener, Ontario, Canada, on Tuesday, December 31st, New Year's Eve. On New Year's Eve, in Kitchener, Ontario, Canada, at the Kitchener City Hall, they'll have a toy show going on called Canadian Toy Con 2019. It's a toy show with comics and video gaming programming. So let's look at this. This is a free con, by the way, so you can just go there and show up. Sure, for those of you in the Kitchener area. So this is what it is: new toy show with comics and video gaming programming. Our 6th year as part of the city of Kitchener's New Year's Eve celebration. Okay, so if you're out on New Year's Eve, there you can go ahead and check that out. Canadian Toy Con brings action figure, comics, and toy collectible vendors out for this event. The retro theme includes arcade machines and home gaming attraction. Wow, I'm somebody who grew up in the I those things are always fun. It was always fun to go out to your local arcade and play. Put in your quarter, a few quarters into like whether it was like Frogger or Super Mario Brothers or Donkey Kong or Pac-Man. Very few places have those kind of games anymore. So for those of you in Kitchener, I almost kind of envy you. I might, if I lived in Kitchener, I might head over there just to check that stuff out. Sounds like a lot of fun. Arcade machines and home gaming attract. Of course, maybe old. You might see older Nintendo machines and stuff like that. It's you see those. Some of the older gaming consoles you probably grew up on as well, like the classic Nintendo or Sega or Atari. And then you had the video, the actual arcade game machines that you put the quarters in. Those are always fun. Granted, it's not, obviously it's some people may say it may not be the wisest way to spend your hard-earned money, but hey, whatever, your hard-earned allowance money or paper money. But hey, kids will be kids, right? Um, for those of you like me who grew up in that time period, it might be a nice way to have an experience with your kids, to show them kind of show them what video gaming was like back when you were growing up, or even your grandkids. So, and it's free admission, so it's part of a city's New Year's Eve event. So again, that would be I actually envy those people who live in Kitchener and the surrounding areas. It sounds like a very fun time to be had. You know. That being said, we're done with that part of it now. So those are really the only conventions that were going on. So to recap, of course, in New York there is the TCBS Boxing Day Bash 2019 going on in New York. I believe it was New York. Did I read that right? New York, was that the name of the? Oh, North York. I'm sorry. North York, Ontario, Canada, is where the TCBS Boxing Day Bash is. And then for those of you in Austin, remember at the Renaissance Hotel Casino for the full weekend of the 27th to the 29th of the EkiCon 2019, and then of course the on on the on New Year's Eve for those of you in Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. Um, the Canadian Toy Con 2019. If you guys do decide to go, I hope you guys will have a lot. I hope you guys will have a lot of fun. Particularly the one in Kitchener sounds like it's gonna be a blast. Oh, with that being said, let's move on to some other stuff, of course. So we will look forward here now. So today is Christmas Eve. Now, kids, remember to get to bed early so Santa Claus will be able to get to you. Because remember this, you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list, checking it twice. Gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Parents, remember to get your kids to bed early so Santa will, get there to them. Remind them that Santa loves all good little boys and girls. And with that, let's talk about this day in Nietzsche history. Okay, so on this day in history, on this Christmas Eve, um, this day in history, back in 1959, going on newsstands on sale Superman's Girlfriend Lois Lane, number 15, went on sale on this date in 1959. The story was the Super Family of Steel, in which what the story was about was the story of how Superman and Lois Lane lookalikes, Van Zee and Sylvia DeWitt, met and got married and raised a family. As the story started out, it made it look like this was happening to Superman and Lois Lane, but it actually wasn't. It was Van Zee, who was a citizen of Kandor, who had been accidentally enlarged and was in our world, basically out here, outside the bottled city of Kandor, in which he met Sylvia DeWitt. They had met, got married, started raising a family, and then and she was actually ended up being granted superpowers too, um, through a super serum. Um, Good story to check out with some twist in there. Um, they eventually ended up moving back to Kandor. This was, of course, this was during the Silver Age. Good Silver Age story. You know, they had some. DC really did a lot of good work, particularly in the Silver Age. This is one of the more offshoot. This more. This wasn't quite. This was the type of book that featured many of Superman and Lois Lane's romantic foibles. So it's a good read, if you're into that, but also just nice slice of life stuff. Not always as Superman doesn't always have to be battling evil villains to be a good hero, to be a good man. How he interacts and relates to those he cares for as well is very important. And Lois Lane is a very very important figure in the Superman mythos. So if you guys have never checked out Superman's Girlfriend, Lois Lane, you might want to check that title out. So that's on this date in comic history. So now let's move on to pro wrestling history. What happened on this date in pro wrestling history? Well, also in 1959, luchador, still active luchador at the age of 60, of course, Angel Mortal was born on this date in 1959. So happy 60th birthday to Angel Mortal, um, a longtime luchador wrestling in Mexico. Um, Angel Mortal, I think, translates in English as Mortal Angel. Um, and I think he still does wrestle at 60 years old, he's still wrestling. It's quite amazing. We know of a few others here in the States who have wrestled well into their 60s, right? So, so with that, on this date in 1959 as well, Angel Mortal was born, a luchador down in Mexico. Um, on this date in 1997, Extreme Dinosaurs, an American animated TV series, basically an American cartoon animated series about dinosaurs, produced by Deke Entertainment, finished its first run syndication on this date in 1997. Extreme Dinosaurs finished its first run syndication on this date in 1997. It was done by Deke Entertainment, produced and distributed by Deke Entertainment. Ran for 52 episodes from the 1st of September to this date in 1997. So, and last but not least, on this date in anime slash manga, the second season of Baki the Grappler um, would finish its run on TV Tokyo. The second season of Baki the Grappler would finish its run on TV Tokyo in Japan. Of course, would be dubbed and distributed by Funimation years later, and would run on their channel in 2005. But on this date in on this date in 2001, the second season of Baki the Grappler would finish its run on TV Tokyo. So, with all that being said, if you guys check the links below, you guys want to check out my Discord and join it, you know, you can contact me there. You can direct message me there, or of course, comment on the videos here. Um, as well as as well as let's see. As you also know, I'm promoting a bunch of different dub companies because Funimation is not the only game out there. There are a bunch of other dub companies you guys can check out the work and check out the BA work of. Always remember, guys, that if you want a particular voice actor or actress at a con, all you gotta do is just politely ask, in a very polite and respectful manner, contact your local cons and ask them to invite those guests. Um, Also, I'm, of course, still promoting Vic's GoFundMe as well as the Ortiz family GoFundMe. And always, guys, never feel like you have to donate. You know, if you have the means to, and and it's on your heart to do so, please consider donating. If you've already donated, please consider donating again. And if you cannot donate, you can still help out the cause by sharing the links. Because sharing is caring. You never know. Maybe there's somebody in your circle of friends that will say, "Oh, something I want to help out too." You never know. And with that, if you like this content, please consider liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. I always look forward to the conversations. Of course, as long they're civil and respectful. I will usually reply pretty quickly, as soon as I see the comment. Sometimes I won't, depends upon what the comment is. But don't be afraid to ask anything. If I have an answer for you, um, I'll give it to you. If I can't get it to you right away, I'll look it up. I'll track it down for you. Um, but anyways, guys, if you like this content, as I said, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you guys can get updates on when I usually post a video up every day on the mic segments. I also have, of course, well, the anime convention previews on Tuesday I usually set up as premieres, as well as the VA profile premieres on Friday. So, and until hopefully I'll see you guys tonight at the premiere of this episode. If not, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.